Mr. Claude Gendron, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for staying up this late with us. I just wanted to give you a chance to address both the United States as well as the Ugandan diaspora, wherever they might be, and the people in Uganda, on what opportunities do exist in Canada for anyone looking to do business, and probably why you guys are so strict in giving out your visas to people who might want to settle in Canada. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Claude Gendron is an official with the Canadian government, the Deputy Director responsible for commercial relations in Southern and Eastern Africa, overseeing over 22 markets. Give it away, Claude. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Excellencies, Patron Dr. Kigozi, distinguished guests, all protocol observed. I'm Claude Gendron, the Deputy Director responsible for commercial relations for Southern and Eastern Africa at Global Affairs Canada in Ottawa. I cover trade and investment for 22 markets, working hands to hands with our diplomatic corps and trade sections in the field and across Canada. On behalf of Global Affairs Canada, I would like to begin by thanking Ronnie, Solomon, and the event organizers for hosting the Uganda Diaspora Business Online Summer Expo 2021 edition. For Canada, this event is a valuable opportunity to explore areas of collaboration for expanding trade and investment between our two countries. Canada shares mutual commitments with Uganda on economic growth and poverty reduction. We will continue seeking opportunities to expand commercial ties with Uganda. I'm glad to see this event brought together several partners covering sectors such as investment, banking, airlines, mines and petroleum, tourism, just to name a few. Canada's progressive approach to trade is focused on further growing trade and investment relationship with existing partners, as well as diversifying into new and rapidly growing markets. Canada has also Canadian company capabilities, which align with Ugandan priorities. For example, Uganda's new industrial policy, which emphasizes on the importance of further supporting industrial development and economic transformation, places great importance on the development of agriculture, agri-food, extractive, and knowledge-based industries. These are all areas where Canada has best-in-class capabilities. Innovation and expertise are what our companies bring to the table. And in that process, they can help nations strengthen national economies, tackle climate change, and create good jobs. Our work in the field is made possible with the engagement of our senior diplomats based in Nairobi. David Da Silva is our chargé, and Nancy Bernard is our regional senior trade commissioner covering Uganda. Canada is also committed to Africa as a whole. In 2020, Canada's Minister for International Trade joined Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on her first ministerial trip to Africa to help put Canada's trade diversification strategy into action. We know we need to work with current and new partners to continue to build toward a more inclusive, innovative, a sustainable future as we transition to a clean growth economy and greater climate resilience. These are commitments not just for government, but also our expectation for all Canadian partners and companies at home and abroad, and have been a cornerstone for our inclusive international trade agenda. With shared priorities for creating more good jobs and finding sustainable solutions for economic growth, Canada is an important trading and investment partner for many dynamic economies in Africa. There are many opportunities for Canada to become an even stronger trading and investment partner through the new African Continental Free Trade Area as we collaborate on a global recovery. The start of trade for the AFCFTA on January 1st of this year was a significant achievement. The AFCFTA offers an opportunity to strengthen rule-based trade as a way to drive prosperity, create jobs, support regional economic integration, and diversify markets. Canada has been proud to provide technical support for the negotiation and implementation of the AFCFTA through our partnership with the African Trade Policy Center, which we have funded through the UN Economic Commission for Africa. Canada is proud of its commercial relationship with the region. In 2019, our average annual two-way merchandise trade with Sub-Saharan Africa totaled $5.8 billion. Direct investment to the region totaled $10.8 billion, with $3.1 billion originating from Sub-Saharan Africa toward Canada. Additionally, we have $37.8 billion in mining assets in the region. Canada also believes there are great opportunities to further advance commercial relations through targeted matchmaking at trade events, such as the Africa Energy Forum in AfricaCom in November, Mining Indaba in February, PDAC in March, just to name a few, as well as through trade missions and targeted webinars. As many others mentioned today, COVID-19 will have lasting implications on the economic and social aspects of life in Uganda, particularly related to food security and overall economic well-being. Canada will continue to work with Uganda alongside our international partners to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19. Since 2020, Canada has reoriented its small grants program, for example, the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives, to support the pandemic response in Uganda. And this includes funding to ensure information and healthcare is accessible in Uganda, particularly for refugees, for which Uganda hosts well over 1 million. Today, I'll be delivering a very brief presentation on the role of Global Affairs Canada's Trade Commissioner Service, which I'm part of, in advancing trade and investment. And I hope this presentation will allow to furthering the discussion on bilateral engagement between Canada and Uganda. So for members of the diaspora that are based in Canada, who runs businesses, Global Affairs Canada's Trade Commissioner Service is a vehicle, an arm that is quite useful. It provides practical advice on foreign markets and underground intelligence to help companies make better, more timely and cost-effective decisions in order to achieve their goals abroad. This service is free of charge to the qualified companies. The Trade Commissioners offer services across a wide range of trade sectors. These include clean tech infrastructure, health, consumer goods, ICT, oil and gas, mining. We cover a whole range of sectors. We help Canadian companies as well as companies with an office in Canada who can contribute to economic growth, who have demonstrated capacity for internationalization and have a good potential to add value to the economy. I'm just trying to move to the next slide. So our network collaborates and coordinates efforts between headquarters, regional offices across Canada, and missions abroad. We have 1,000 trade commissioners around the world in over 160 offices abroad and throughout Canada. We serviced on a yearly basis more than 14,000 organizations globally. We provide market potential assessment, preparation for international markets, problem solving, and qualified contacts. Our service has just to name some of the recent successes we had in Uganda, in aerospace, we're very proud to witness the delivery of the CRJ Just Ugandan Airlines that I believe took place in 2019. Also, we provided training to pilots of Ugandan Airlines with CAE. CAE in Toronto is the only worldwide location where candidates can complete their training based on requirements for a CAE simulator. So our service, if you look at the screen here, this shows basically the Government of Canada ecosystem supporting international business development efforts. For members of the diaspora in Canada, whether you're an entrepreneur, you run a small businesses, this is the full spectrum of the expertise, the services, the advice that you can benefit from product development, R&D, to export financing, international expansions. Our service is pretty much at the end of the spectrum, supporting companies on international expansion, and also linking them to CCC, Canadian Commercial Corporation, on procurement opportunities for large-scale projects, and also EDC that provides financing to support to foreign buyers to support transactions with some of our clients. So these are some of the partners that we work with: provincial, provinces, territories, business associations, and just to name a few. We also have access to some funding to support communities, to support Canadian companies, to support organization, business association, to take on some risk in a market that would not be part of their core business by cost sharing some of the cost. Can Export is a very popular program that we offer. Industry Canada, Innovation, Science, Economic Development Canada, ISED, is a department who support business growth in innovation and exports, connects with provinces, territories, municipalities, post-secondary education, employers. Their website, the Business Benefits Finder, and you can see the address here, is quite useful for any entrepreneurs who would be interested to learn about potential funding mechanisms or any expertise that they could benefit from. FinDev Canada is a government entity that provides financial services to the private sector in developing countries with the aim of combating poverty through economic growth by focusing on job creation, women's economic empowerment, and climate change mitigation. FinDev Canada provides loans, equity, and guarantees. Their website is findevcanada.ca. In terms of furthering our trade and investment collaboration, our department is quite engaged in Africa. We recently had hosted the Canada-Africa Clean Growth Symposium in March. It was a virtual event with 1,400 participants in attendance, over 35 countries in Africa. Out of 61 countries who participated, we had over 200 B2B meetings with participants discussing commercial opportunities in clean tech in energy sectors. More specifically in Uganda, we see areas of opportunities for collaboration with the Kenyan private sector in the rural electrification, the grid and off-grid rural electrification, the REA launch, the solar photovoltaic targeted market initiative, and more recently, the government's intention to foster private sector-led rural electrification to install an extra 30,000 systems over the next 10 years. We see great level of expertise in Canada and potential areas of furthering collaboration in this sector. In oil and gas, some of our colleagues mentioned it earlier in the presentation, including Dr. Eli Karianga, but the 3.55 billion crude export pipeline that will stretch Uganda's landlocked oil fields in Hoima to the Tanzania port of Tanga that will be one of the longest heated pipeline, will involve numerous collaborations, and we see great opportunities in various stages of development of that project, including seismic data acquisition, the need for technical training on various skill sets, maintenance of the proposed pipeline, etc. In terms of international education, Canada is home to some of the world's top universities. 30 Canadian institutions are counted among the best in the world according to Times Higher Education's World University Ranking 2021. Our service help attracting international students from all levels of study to Canadian schools. We help export cutting-edge educational services and products to foreign organizations in Africa. We foster partnerships and collaboration with foreign education sector stakeholders. According to Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, there were 685 Ugandan nationals that pursued education in Canada in 2020. That represents a growth of 71% from 2016 and 2020. On a side note related to visa, as we know, at the moment, the Canadian border is closed to essential travelers. I would strongly encourage those who would be interested in traveling to Canada to regularly consult the website of IRCC, Immigration, Refugee, Citizenship Canada, which has complete information and up-to-date details on current policy. For those interested in pursuing trade and investment between Canada and Uganda, I strongly encourage to touch base with my colleague Nancy Bernard, Regional Senior Trade Commissioner at the High Commission of Canada to Kenya. I've included her email address in the slide here, as well as myself, Claude Gendron, based at HQ, claude.gendron@international.gc.ca. So in closing, I will just try to stop sharing.
Thank you.
So in closing, I'd like to, I hope this presentation helps situate Canada's bilateral trade engagement in sub-Saharan Africa and Uganda. Let's keep connecting and strengthening our partnerships because when we do, we help grow our economies and create more opportunities for businesses and people in both countries. Canada's engagement in Uganda will continue to flourish in the years ahead. I hope this summit will mark a starting point in expanding this collaboration between Canada and Uganda. Thank you again to the event organizers for providing me this opportunity to speak today.
Thank you so much, Claude, that was really awesome. We really feel that we will probably edit this presentation and give you an opportunity to probably come back in October. Wanted to say thank you so much for having been able to make the time and also to stay this long since we tested earlier on.